Hi guys, this is a video I've been wanting to do since the end of Volume 3. There'll be some thoughts or predictions I have for Volume 4, or just the future of RWBY in general. I've somewhat organized this video by character, sometimes pairs of characters. First, I want to give a kind of disclaimer. I'm certainly not the best at theorizing or putting clues together, so to speak. So more than likely, all of the things I say in this video will turn out to be very false and meaningless by Volume 4. These are just my thoughts at this point. This video will contain a lot of spoilers. If you're not completely caught up with RWBY at this point, do not watch this video. Without further ado, let's get to it. The first character I'm going to talk about is our beloved Ice Queen, Weiss. So Weiss is obviously headed back home to Atlas with her dad. Assuming that the other academies will be continuing operations as normal to sort of compensate for the loss of Beacon as an important academy, and they will continue to train huntsmen and huntresses, Weiss's father is most likely going to make her train at Atlas. Now, she is still too young for the army. Her sister Winter is older than her. Since her father let her train to become a huntress in the first place, to especially uphold their family name, I don't see another path for Weiss than her continuing her training at Atlas. In the near future, at least. Now, if Volume 4 focuses any significant amount of time on the members of Team RWBY, besides RWBY herself, I think Weiss is going to be focused on the most. Rooster Teeth has kept the extent of her kind of dysfunctional family dynamics, her family life very vague since the start of the show. Now that they have showed us her father and his cold demeanor, I think they will continue to elaborate on Weiss's family and her experiences in Atlas. Additionally, they finally introduced Winter this volume, but only for a short period of time. They'd probably use this volume to kind of bring back Winter and expand on Weiss and Winter's relationship. Now, if I want to go even farther down the timeline, I think that if Team RWBY stays broken apart for a significant amount of time, the plot device, bear with me here, the plot device of an arranged marriage or some kind of thing could become part of Weiss's character arc. Her family, especially her father, is the perfect type of character to introduce this arranged marriage. He's cold, he doesn't really respect his daughter's wishes, and he has a large, important company to manage, and he must uphold his family name. There is a possibility of an arranged marriage to uphold the family name and company. I think Weiss would be a good candidate for it. It would become a very important part of her character arc. It is also possible that something like this could happen with Winter. We don't know a lot about her yet, but based on her position within the military and just her seemingly better relationship with her father, I doubt Winter will become a character that will be used for the plot device of an arranged marriage. The second character I'm going to talk about is Blake. So all we know about Blake's situation is that she just ran away. It's strongly implied, and it's pretty much everyone knows that she ran to protect Yang and the rest of her friends from Adam, since he said he was going to destroy everything she loved. The last we see of Blake, she's jumping across rooftops in Vale with the frozen dragon in the background. She's running away from everything. We have no hints as to where she is going. At this point, she could be going anywhere. We don't know a lot about her past, about places she might go to, or anything like that. More than likely, she's going to stay away from anyone and anything she knew. After the severing of Yang's arm, we do not see what Adam does really. He acts like he's slowly following Blake, so we don't know about him either. He could either leave her alone for now and come back to destroy things when she least expects it, or he could be constantly following her trail for a long time. He was one of the leaders of the White Fang, so I assume he will have to attend to those matters first before going after Blake. But I do not believe he would up and leave the organization he worked so hard on, just to intimidate and scare Blake. It will take some time before he goes out to find Blake, in my opinion. It could be this volume, it could take longer. It really depends on time progression we get in this volume. Third character, you can probably guess who it is, it's Yang. From the Volume 3 finale, we know that Yang is pretty much in a very deep depressive state. And in fact, we know that her depression is extremely bad because she did not want her sister RWBY around pretty much at all. She even ignored RWBY when RWBY said she loved her sister. My guess is in Volume 4, this depressive state will last a significantly long time. Yang's not going to get over any of that stuff easily. No one would. Yang appears to have lost all her drive. She does not really want to go out and achieve anything. She says she's just gonna lie there in bed. She has completely given up. She's very frustrated with Blake's running away because she does not know what Adam said to Blake. She hasn't met Adam besides trying to attack him and getting her arm chopped off. She's also mad at Weiss, but I think Yang really recognizes that Weiss's relationship with her father isn't very good and that Weiss couldn't do anything against her father to stay with her friends in Vale, so she had no choice but to be taken away by her father. Another big thing that Crow talked about in Volume 3 is finding Raven. Near the end of Volume 3, lots of people assumed that Yang was going to want to go rogue just to run off to find Raven since she was already disqualified from the tournament. And I think when Yang gets through her depressive stage, her main goal is going to be finding Raven. It was not shown in the series if Crow told Yang the info that Raven let slip. I'm not sure whether to assume that Yang already has that information or not. I think no matter if she has the information or not, she's gonna go out and look for any clues she can to find Raven. So, a lot of people are also assuming that Yang is going to get a bionic arm at some point. I am also one of those people. I don't think Yang is going to want to live with just one arm. So, getting a mechanical arm, the Kingdom of Vale at this point in time would be virtually impossible. It's still full of Grimm, attracted by the dragon. Glinda, for example, is working so hard she can't use her semblance to repair things, so the city and school is in ruins and will remain that way for a significant amount of time. So my guess is Yang would have to travel to Atlas to get the best quality bionic arm she could. This could potentially lead Weiss and Yang to reunite. They could potentially see each other. Weiss might not be able to get away from her family. It's really up in the air at this point. My belief is Yang will definitely get a mechanical arm, but it's just a question of how long it will take for her to get through her depression, get some drive and willingness to achieve, and get to Atlas.